Hey there, this is Pythagoreans Get Ready for Calculus, and we're going to look at Skill 12, Long Division. We're going to do one problem of this, and yes, long division is used in calculus. However, thankfully, it's only used in one skill. So it's one of those things kind of like completing the square, where you don't use it over and over again, but it does come up like in one small, tiny topic of calculus, and so you want to be good at it so that you can focus on the calculus part of it and not trying to remember how to do long division. So here we go. We have a polynomial, x to the third plus 5x squared minus 12 divided by x minus 3. So I'm going to put that polynomial inside a divide sign, except for we don't have a linear, an x term. We need to put a 0 in for that place. We're going to divide by x minus 3. Okay, so we're going to take that x into that x squared, or x to the third, x cubed, and we get, we get x squared, and then we're going to multiply that by the x minus 3 and bring it down here. So x to the third minus 3x squared. Then we're going to subtract that off, put it in a parenthesis. The x cubes cancel out. We get 5 minus negative 3, so plus, so 8x squared, bring down the 0x. Now we're going to divide 8x squared by that front x, so that's plus 8x. And now we're going to multiply that 8x by x minus 3 and write it down underneath. So we go 8x squared minus 24x. And then we subtract that off, and the 8x squareds cancel out. The two negatives make a positive 24, with the 0 becomes 24x, and bring down the minus 12. And finally, we're going to divide x into 24x, so that's plus 24, and multiply that 24 times x minus 3, and then subtract it off, and get a positive 72 with a minus 12 is positive 60, and that is our remainder. And we'll want to write that remainder. Perhaps you've written remainder with an R, but we do want to write that remainder over what we divided by, and that's going to be an important part of the step of using this with calculus. So there you go. Maybe a skill that you're good at or you're not good at. On this particular skill 12, on the rest of the sheet, we're going to look at dividing by things that aren't just linear factors, x cubed, x squared. So a little bit of thinking there, maybe something you're not too familiar with, so practice this. You can go to Pythagorean.com, you can scan this QR code to get an answer key and video answers for this entire page. All right, so let's have AI tell us a math joke, and I think in the spirit of this page, we need it to be about division. So tell me a math joke about, you know what, maybe one thing you learned in Algebra 2, instead of long division, was you'd use synthetic division. Now, we can't use synthetic division. Well, we can. It just can be harder whenever we are dividing by something that's not x squared. So that's why we need to practice long division. But let's just see if AI can tell us a math joke about synthetic division, see what comes up with here. Sure, here's a math joke about synthetic division. Why did the polynomial bring a calculator to its synthetic division party? Because it didn't want to be left with any remainders. Okay, that was kind of lame, but we're going to let that one fly. All right, so there you go, Skill 12, long division. Please try the rest of the skill.